Hey everyone, Caleb from Stay Lake Norman here. We are the best in class when it comes to vacation rentals on Lake Norman, and we want to bring you the best in class. So I'm sitting down with the best in the area, where to eat, what to drink, and how to play on Lake Norman. Let's get to it. Hey everyone, we are back again, a brand new episode of the Lake Norman Experience podcast, and I'm sitting down with Tessa, the owner of Sea Spray Tan, a experienced, luxurious spray tan artist is what I would call you. But before we get there, Tessa, I always like to ask people, what's your favorite thing about Lake Norman?
Yeah, so I've lived in the Lake Norman area for about 14 years now. Absolutely love it. What I have seen is Lake Norman just has an amazing, robust population of good people. It is a community here, and everybody from all over the world comes here, and that's what I love is the people in these areas.
Yeah, absolutely. You mimic just about everybody that's on the podcast by saying that, is that so many people come here for the beauty that's sitting behind us, the lake, right? And then they just fall in love with the community and the people that are here, which it's so easy to do. And we've kind of talked about just enjoying each other and getting to know each other and connections that we've both have made so far and further connecting each other. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about Sea Spray Tan. Exactly what are you doing with that? What is it?
Yeah, absolutely. So just a little bit of a history. I love having a beautiful shade when springtime hits, summertime. You know, we always worry about sun damage and the UV. And when I started, getting tanned, I felt that it was mediocre, right? It was, you always had to go through the process. And that's one thing that nobody likes to do is the process. And I thought, gosh, there has to be a better way. And so I started doing my research and I started looking at different products, looking at different certifications. And I thought, wow, I could really do this. This is like starting to fuel my passion and the research that I was doing from products and techniques. And so I evolved Sea Spray Tan and launched my business earlier this year. And what it's about a custom spray tan. But it's more than that. It's an experience and it's a feeling. The biggest thing is that I want people to feel what I felt the first time I sprayed within these products. And that was, I wasn't sticky. I didn't have a smell. I didn't have to walk around like everybody has to like not touch anything. And there was no staining on my clothes. And I'm like, wow. And then I thought from an experience perspective and that feeling, what could I give my clients? And that was, I wanted to give them a white glove experience when they go through this process. And we get our nails done, we get our eyebrows done, and it seems sometimes less interactive and less engaging, and that's not what I do. I like to engage, I like to follow up with my customers and learn their stories. So it's a little bit more than just getting a shade of beautiful color before any event, or, it could be just, springtime and you don't want to sit in the sun and get that tan, or it could be your wedding, right?
Absolutely. And I know from firsthand experience, I guess secondhand experience, my wife, has used you, and one, the amount of time that the tan lasted, her ability to just leave you and come right and do whatever she wanted, and she said the banter and just the communication and the talking back and forth during the process, all those things you kind of hit on. And I think when people hear white glove service, immediately kind of in the back of your head, you start seeing dollar signs like click and click and click. And you're like, well, why would I pay double a normal spray tan for this experience? But I think that's one of the beauties about it, is that you're not paying double and you're even coming to them to make it even easier for their life.
And I will say, part of my research and market research that goes into, well, gosh, what am I going to charge my clients? Well, I'm a mom of 3. Things are expensive. The company that I go through is a direct source, so my cost can stay very fairly, medium. And then looking at saying, okay, I do it out of my home, a great location right off of Sanford Road in 73 in Huntersville that I have a little boutique in my home set up. And then I'm keeping to the Lake Norman bubble, right? I'm not going all over. So I'm able to keep my costs fairly competitive within the market space over here, but have all those add-ins. I'm not the type of person that is going to dollar sign you for every little extra thing. So I give you the A to Z experience for the same price.
And you said you have your boutique in your own home, and my wife again just talked about how amazing that experience was. But more importantly, I think, is that you are willing to come to a vacation home, to their home, to a spa if they're going to have a spa day. You are willing to travel to them for just a minimal more for them to have the luxury of being calm in their place.
It is a comfort of saying, okay, I don't have to drive anywhere. And if you're new to the area or you're visiting the area, or gosh, you have a few kids at home and you can't really leave, I come to your home and I set up and I make sure that I leave it exactly the way that I came into the home. The other piece is that I want everybody to feel comfortable, and a lot of the time it is in your own space. So being able to travel to you, do the setup with my kit and everything, it's very convenient, and it's the same experience that you would feel in my in-home studio.
I love that. And I'm assuming by now, anybody listening or watching is like, I've got to experience this. I have to get spray tanned by Tessa. So what is the best way for people to follow along with what you're doing and even book the experience with you?
Absolutely. So I'm an oldie but goodie. So my social media, and I'm excited to connect with your wife to help me with that. I have a Facebook, Instagram account, but the best way is my website. My website has all my client intake forms. It has all the information before, after care, and then my booking system. It says book now, or you can call or text. I do like to talk to each individual of my clients to make sure that I am ready and fully prepped to give them the best experience and the best color. So I touch base before and after. So that's the best way to go ahead and get a hold of me.
I love that, and I think it continues to talk about the white glove experience that you're not just going to get at this big conglomerate of going to get your tan.
Yes, it's not a generic email that you're going to get from me. It's a true, hey, I love talking about your daughter's graduation. How did it go? I want to know. And then, of course, the aftercare of the follow-up. If there is any issues, I am there to help you through those and, make it perfect.
That's awesome. Well, listen, if you're listening, if you're watching, Tessa Sea Spray Tan, you're not going to want to miss out on this amazing experience, whether you're visiting her, whether she's coming to you. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same white glove experience, and you're going to walk out with an amazing glow. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Lake Norman Experience. Make sure you don't miss another one, so be sure to follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Stay Lake Norman, and make sure to follow us and subscribe to the Lake Norman Experience wherever you get your podcasts.